Welcome. You might not be able to see me, but it's okay. I'm eating the mango. Alright. I wasn't sure if I was going to able to do this live, but some of y'all might think this is bizarre and crazy. Ever since the shift, everything been exposed. Whether you want to believe it or not, it has an agenda. It has its purpose to be exposed. And right now, I have the courage to come up here and say on this platform about what it is that's truly happening with me and with you. The thing is, we lived many lives before, and we will continue to live many lives beyond. There is no stopping us. There is no recreating us or overpopulating us so that we only have a choice to say off with the head. And when we are ahead, we are currently at the curve. So again, let me say this one time. We are currently at a curve when we are up ahead. Meaning we do what we say that we came here to do in divine timing, or we do what the order tells us to do. And there's only one Neo, which is you, which is thyself, which is the Antichrist within you. And when you begin to talk like this, you begin to remember that you are a being from another dimension, from another time, created for this time, created for this frequency. So there are going to be other beings that don't get with the program, but make of the program. And when you believe that you've been here multiple times, you know that you are an intelligent being. You have DNA that have not been unlocked and been discovered, but not been discovered. Hi, how are you? Welcome. I will help you, don't worry. But make sure you help me first by liking this video. I much appreciate you. And I'm eating a mango, and you can't really see me, so it's just like, it's whatever, or I can't see myself. And that's the purpose. I will help. No, I do not. So please don't ask that. Anyway. So he's right about everything that he does in his regression. What's happening on the inside and what is happening on the outside. And I cannot help but be some type of responsibility to the masses that he is seeing within others. If you don't know who Q Reeves is, go check out his video on YouTube. He is a past life regressionist. He does about past life, and I honestly humble and honor him. I have not got a past life regression, but which is what I'm going to explain to you. Somehow I did without even contacting him. I'm not the only one, and you are not either. You have many dreams where you see somebody familiar coming to you over and over to teach you about you. And there is a lot that I can say about this current event, but I don't choose to be silent. It's just some people are not ready for this information at all. So if I were you, I will wake up now so that you can understand the information. I'm sorry for your pet frog. I do feel sympathy for you, so I give you love and guidance for healing. All I can do when it comes to a pet, just know that that pet will be in a better world than this 3D holographic world. So, I, I feel like I shouldn't have done this video, but at the same time, it needs to be addressed. And I'm sorry if you cannot really see me, but I can see you. There's a reason why I'm clothing my own shadow or my own avatar of this time. The thing is, me and Q Reeves, we live multiple lives from generation after generation. He is someone that I met before in the ether and the first one to meet in the ether. There's many people, many souls, many spirits you will meet in the ether, in the astral world, in the darkness and source and chaos. It's all the same thing. It is a version of you that existed, pre existed before you. And when you learn that this world, you was before this world, you kind of can accomplish the unimaginable thing that you are imagining to manifest that to happen in this world. And when you do that, you actually become a god. You actually see like a god. You actually feel like a god. You actually feel like the God is within you and the God is with outside of you. The God that is with outside of you is from a different dimension, from a different time, from a different quantum physics that you have created from different point of view. And when you understand them, everything in this three dimensional is nothing to you. It's just a partial of you. It's just a spectrum of you to get through something, to get through a portal. And when you become the lion gates to open up that portal, you know thyself. You don't need something that is a sky daddy to tell you who you are. You know who you are because you read, you know, and you feel. You're an empath. Sometimes things can get a little bit norm or a little bit out of chaos. But then that's when it comes to us to balance that frequency. And when we don't balance that frequency, we become something totally out of character. And that is out. We want to become in, and we also want to become out. How do we do that? Well, by embracing who we are, by channeling the darkness within us, by channeling the light that is within us. And when we recognize the light and darkness within us, it's a beautiful world. It's a world that you imagine to be and to become. How you like them apples? It's not about following order, but it's also coming out of order. When you're falling out of order, you become in, right? Where do you go when you fall? Where do you go when you end? It's all part of an internal and an external consequences. Everything has quantum and them. Quantum and them. Quantum. I'm a big ass fucking nerd when it comes to quantum physics. I choose to shut the fuck up because some people might not understand unless they have a bigger spirit than a bigger ego. When your ego is quiet and spirit listen, it becomes quantum. It becomes the physic. It becomes physical. It becomes something of this three-dimensional physics. this plane that does not truly exist. This is from a God mind that used to be here a long time ago that is not here. Everything that we are seeing, from the buildings, from ourselves, from to who we look like, is the image of the God that we was taught to when we came in this matrix. Trust me and believe in thyself when I tell you this information, because my ancestors does not rule over me. They guide me. And I do not rule over them. I guide them. It's a give and receive. If you want to give and receive, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe. And my Cash App is thefollowerlavender. It's a give and receive type of thing. It's observing your surroundings. It's observing who you want to follow and who you want to become and who you want to listen to. It's not about becoming the person. It's about becoming who you envision. How about them apples? Them apples can be balls. Them apples can be titties. It's the same constellation. You're coming from the Milky Way galaxy. You're coming from a female to a male. When you use female and male energy, your world is your fucking oyster. But how do you apply that to knowledge to wisdom? Wait for a time when there is a solution and there is a problem for you to be. Are you going to be the solution, or are you going to be the problem? And if you are the problem, shouldn't you know your own fucking solution? But then again, that's the human consolation of you, the human 0.10 of you that does not understand the highest point of you. So, Kiwis, we live multiple lives. And I'm in one of the dreams and one of the memories that you know of me. So many of you know me in this dream. And so many of you can help me out of this dream or have a better dream. Better yet, that's just the honest truth. I need you to envision me somewhere better. This is not the end. This is the beginning. The beginning of what? The beginning of my own chaos. In order for me to be produced as a diamond. I know that. I know that I have the phoenix on me. I know that I have to walk like a phoenix and talk like one. And not only that, act like one. Let that be my character. Let that be my judgment. Let that be my spirit. Let that be my intuition. Because what I'm afraid of the most is thyself. I've seen how my powers are. I've seen how I can get and how I can be. Me and you had many dreams and many lives. Those dreams and lives that we have are a memory. It is something that you and me are not just attracted to. We lived it. We did it. We did that already. Now it's like you're giving me all these hints. And I know you're not the only one talking to me. But I feel like you're directly talking to me. And when you are directly talking to me, you are pushing me into a movement, into a direction where I need to be. Not giving horns to the... Let me stop. Maybe I am. Maybe I am giving horns to the creation of the cosmos. I have to be careful what I say. Maybe I am. Maybe that's just the type of goddess I am. And for many years, I pretend to be this fragile little human when I know I'm capable of being much more than what I see that meets the eye. And I know that a lot of us feel that way. This is the murky. This is the Mercury. Merkaba, Mercury, the Jesus constellation. Because the reason why I have the ability to have what I know is because I don't pay attention, I pay attention. I pay attention to the little details, but then again, I can put myself in any situation and see my way out of it. But sometimes, as God and goddesses, we need a different blueprint. We need a different outcome. These hurricanes are just like the tip of the iceberg of what the new generation will do when we birth them. They're going to be birthed through us, through me, through the next generation before and after them. And the ones before them are going to be much, much stronger than what we were capable of in this lifetime. Because there is no looking back once you look forward. Once you look forward, the back does not exist. It's there in your mind. Yes, it's there in your memories. But the thing is, the wombs that you cover seem to exist in your creation. Am I right? When you create something out of darkness, you're creating something out of beauty. Sometimes we forget to know what beauty is until we look at the ugliness. Think about it. We've been called ugly all our lives because there are some spirits who walk around not knowing what beauty is. And we feel sorry for them. So we want to please them in the glory of knowing what beauty is. Beauty is ugly. Beauty is from a different dimension than this existence. But this is a holographic world, right? Why not enjoy the beauty that we are in when we created in our own illusions, in our own delusion of this world? We want to forgive people because they are family, friends, people, place, and things. They don't know no better. But what about forgiving ourselves in the end? What about forgiving ourselves for accepting that we are nothing but destruction and chaos? We'll be much more than that. Way much more than that. I realize about that about myself. The more I continue to read and know other things that I'm not supposed to know. If I'm not supposed to know, then maybe it's something that I am creating out of my own imagination. And I'm starting to believe in my own imagination. How about that? That's why the living world. Yes, you're right. You're right, Steven. You're very right on that. It's very fucking weird to look at it that way, but like, not that you are weird, it's weird how I'm viewing it. I can see the lion trying to get his dinner, but the dinner is scoping out that the lion wants him and is trying to escape. But the Matrix is saying, give me thyself. Get in my fucking belly. Why do we consume when our belly is the sun? The soul. That's where soul lies, in the solar plex. People try to measure where the soul is. I'm telling you right now, the soul is in the solar plex in the heart. Meaning there's two of you, and there's the brain. There's three: the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. And when them two combine, you make the Merkaba, or the other terminology for Christianity that they believe in, which I don't really pronounce that word. I say Merkaba because It gets my mind to imagine the avatar when he goes isolation and he can't deal with shit. He's like, alright, I'm gonna go back in the bubble. That's the Merkaba. That's how I vision mine. He goes in my dreams all the time. And I call him Big Brother Q Reeves. He came through my dreams through a portal, like a time machine. And each time that he will visit me, I'll have the dream of being inside of a tree or on a tree, or the branches are just like connecting to my wrists and shit. But the branches are giving me knowledge and wisdom. And it's weird. And I have this dream many nights and many days, and I don't know what the fuck, why I'm in a spiral of it, while I'm in the midst of it. This shit is real. He did this without contacting me, without even having a flick of a finger to even notice that I exist, but he did in some form or fashion of his own order. Maybe I was a part of his order. Sometimes I still don't see the bigger picture of what all this means when I'm seeing these type of visions. Like, there was a time where I see myself in Egypt, Atlantic, anything that you can name of, I've seen it. Because I am connected to your timeline, to your frequency, and yet I'm still stuck in a place where I don't need to be in this dimension. And we know that this dimension I call purgatory, I call hell, because I am in hell, but I'm making it my heaven because I'm choosing to thrive in the moment of it because I rise like a phoenix. That's why I have a phoenix tattoo, to remind myself that I'm capable of doing anything that is in the unconsciousness. The unconsciousness is where I belong. The imaginative. Because once something becomes nothing, becomes something, right? Whether somebody wants to see it or live it, I'm still getting something out of it, and not on my own. Not every goddess can do everything on their own without a mate. Just like a lion and a cheetah cannot get food without each other. The lion has to have the okay for the cheetah to thrive and eat and flourish. But the lion has to go out and hunt for the right food, for the right frequency for them to eat. They just don't eat any type of animal. They eat the right type of animal. Someone who is of righteous, whether they don't see it or not. And they know that this is the end and the beginning of someone's after and before. The after is the ego dying into the spirit. The spirit becomes ego, so that ego knows that spirit's been watching, that it was never alone. I counted how many years I kept silent and kept isolated and not being on here sooner than later than I should. But I kept worrying about the outcome. I didn't worry about how I would walk through it. I didn't care about how I would walk through it. I just said I want that motherfucking outcome. That's what regression does. When you go on the inside and you can't imagine, some people don't have the capability to imagine. And here's how you imagine if you can't do it. Ask spirit questions. Ask spirit details. that you feel that what is happening. And if spirit says yes, it will show you, and you will start to wanting to attract to see that vision. You have to attract it. You have to understand it. I live multiple lives where I can remember my husbands, I can remember like my children, I can remember what I used to look like, what I used to feel like. In this dimension, in this three-dimensional plane, I am not happy. I am not satisfied. And that's what's going to make me be reincarnated when I don't want to. I said Earth is ghetto because who I came with and who I came out of and who taught me about Earth. But then again, you said the things that they taught to you about was for your own good. It's for a blueprint. It was for you to imagine yourself out of it. Because that's how your power works when you imagine. Just like today, I did what I imagined, and I just stood there when things in my imagination didn't happen exactly as I imagined, but I was happy to be in my imagination. That means that something inside of you, something outside of you, which you call Sky Daddy or God, is telling you and showing you your future in the night. Whether it's about you or others, you still have a blueprint. You still have something to give, something to offer, if you just put your mind together and let go of the past. And like I said to myself, and like I said to you earlier, I don't know how to lose. I always win. Remember that. Lock it in. And I saw him again today. And he saw how I was trying to put up a stand to sell my art. And I just made like a cardboard box, and I got a couple of milk cartons, whatever, that they carry here in New York with those little crates. And I got 3 of them, and I stood on the side of the corner. People got their attention towards my direction. That lets you know that is the potential. And potential is something that you want in life. Potential is good. Potential is not bad. Criticism is not bad. Criticism is good. Criticism is something how you can accomplish that others cannot. And if they're projecting, that means that that's something that you can overcome. To teach them how to overcome. It does not matter when the divine presence uses you at a certain age to deliver a message. You can either be a Jacob or Isaac or a Noah. It depends on your path. And if you choose all 3, you must live all 3. No matter what, to the fullest. No matter how bad your wounds are, no matter how bad you sacrifice, no matter how bad you lost and gave up, you keep going. You say to yourself, I don't know how to lose, I only know how to win. And it's hard to say. Sometimes spirit can't believe it, but the soul can. Because the soul is imagining what the spirit can do. Because that way it's splitting itself up into atom, into quantum physics. Know thyself. Honor thyself. And be thyself. No matter how many people are creating scenarios, creating something good or bad after you, live those moments like you lived those paths. Because once you already seen it, you already lived it. Now keep creating. You can't live what you already created. You can, but why go backwards? Go forward. I don't have a job. I'm broke as fuck. I'm in a shelter. I'm in this woman's shelter. And I don't know how to pay my cell phone bill next month, towards the end of the month. But I see a way. But if y'all feeling generous, please drop a $1 or something, whatever blessing. I don't want to be less. I want to be blessed. So I'll show you gratitude. And my Cash App is thefollowerlavender. It's underneath the subscription box. You can hear me. Don't buffalo your blood. And if you don't got nothing to donate, then you don't got nothing to give, that is on between you and God. Your God. The God within you. It will find a way to donate. Because I'm not with this matrix anymore. It's time to give instead of giving. I'm done suffering. And I'm done imagining, but I'm not done just yet. I'll keep imagining, but let me live my imagination. I can go through the ups and downs. Trust me. I know what I see. I like what I see. I attract what I see, and I attract what I feel. My ancestors don't tell me anything else other than what I need to know and for me to find out. I'm powerful in my own right. Because you know why? You know why? I believe I am a God, and I believe that there is a God outside of me, from a different dimensional version of me, watching over me. Why not? Why not be both? Why not have the best of both worlds? He gave me the ability to imagine. So, yeah. Welcome to the Hunger Games.